Hello everyone, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this card making tutorial today. Thank you for dropping by. Today we're going to be making this fun fold card, and it just says popping up to say hi, and it's sort of a gatefold pop out card. I don't know what you would call it, but it's a fun card, isn't it? And these two outside diamonds can either sit to the front like that, or they can sit to the back like that as well, and then it can be like that. Isn't that fun? So this project, and then they fold up like this, and it will fit easily into a normal standard envelope. And this features some new products, and one of them is this lovely stamp set called Terrific Toadstools. And then there is a matching paper called Toadstool Gardens, which is a freebie you can get during celebration. Now during celebration, for every £55 of product you purchased, you can choose a free item from the celebration catalogue, and the matching paper is one of the free items. And I should say, this lovely stamp set has a matching punch, and if you know me, I'm definitely a punch girl, so I was very happy to see that. So let's get started on our little tutorial. I'm going to start off with doing a little bit of stamping and get all of that out the way so it can dry. So we're going to do this little sentiment here that says popping up to say hi. I think it's super cute. So let's get a block out, and we're going to use Melon Mambo ink again. Even though we're doing a slightly different colourway, I like Melon Mambo, so we're using Melon Mambo. It's my favourite pink. It's almost one of my favourite colours in the Stampin' Up collection. I absolutely love it. That and Bermuda Bay. Bermuda Bay unfortunately retired a few years ago, and I still miss it. Miss it terribly. But I'm very glad we got at least stuck with Melon Mambo. It's such a vibrant, highly saturated, fun pink colour. You can tell I'm a fan, can't you? So I'm just going to stamp this here on a scrap piece of basic white cardstock. There we go. Popping up to say hi. Isn't that cute? Have a little clean up as we go along. And then I'm going to stamp the hello from this set here, Simply Said. So let's find the hello, it's here. And we don't need such a big block, so we can change over. I always try to use a block that's similar in size to my stamp, for the pure and simple reason that way I tend to get less ink on the block. So that will work fine. Also on my scrap piece here. Maybe the other side. There we go. So I'll set that aside to dry and we can cut it out later. I'm just going to cut it out freehand. Okay. So let's put that away. While we have our inks out, let's do a little bit of punching. I'm going to punch a few toadstools for us. So I'm going to get some scrap pieces here of whatever you call this here. Melon Mambo again. I just want that piece there, so get rid of these bits. I don't know if there's enough space here for another. Yes, there is. Okay, I think we've used that bit of scrap up. And then I've got some scrap here of crumb cake, but I don't want to punch all of it, so I'm just going to take a strip, so I can put this just here into the bottom of the punch towards the end. There we go. We have two stems. I've scattered bits around me. Okay. Ooh. Now I'm going to use some sponge daubers. I've got some here. my sponge daubers, and I just got this case online, and I'm going to use the pink one here, and I'm just going to sponge the edges just to give it a little bit of depth of colour and interest so the colour isn't so flat. So I'm going to have one going one way and one going the other way, I think. Again, just for some, so they don't all look the same. There we go. And now I'm going to do the same with my crumb cake for my stems. Just find my crumb cake, here it is. And I'm going to do the same thing. And this is just small bits here. I'm just going to actually put this down on my craft sheet. It's going to be easier because it's such a small piece. There we go. Alright, so close that back up. I love this case. I've just started to use these ones. I got it myself a new set, and I need to start to label them so I know exactly which ones are which, because I didn't label before and I got totally confused what was what, you know. So we have those pieces as well, so let's set all of that aside and let's work on our actual construction of our card. So before I use Melon Mambo, this time I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. So I'm going to just move this side and out of harm's way and bring in my trimmer. So now I have two pieces here of Granny Apple Green cardstock, and they should measure 10 centimeters by 20 centimeters. So now on the 20 centimeter side, which is this side here, I want to score at 5 centimeters. And remember your scoring blade is your light grey blade. So 5 centimeters. And then at 10, you're basically dividing this into quarters, and then again at 15. Okay, we're going to do the same. I've got two pieces exactly the same. So 5, 10, and 15. Okay, so now I'm going to put these two pieces together, and you want to find your center point. So now if each piece measures 10 centimeters, my center point is going to be at 5 centimeters. So I'll put my track down, and I'm going to measure 5 here at the top and 5 here at the bottom. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to cut in a triangle from that point there to this first score line point where it meets the edge here. So let me show you. Easier sometimes to show someone than it is to explain it. We want the dark grey cutting point, and now can you see what I mean? And you're going to do the same on the other side. So from this point, make sure it stays together from that point to that point, and you just line them up in your track. There we go. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So from the point, if you can't see like me where the score line is, just put a little pencil mark. You can always rub that out later. Okay, so there we've got those. You can save that for scrap. Move this aside for now, and we're going to do some folding. So you've got two pieces now. So if we look at our original, you can see here this piece is going to fold like a mountain. So if you look at them, it's going to fold like a mountain. So it's going to fold just like that. So let's do those on both sides. I'm going to do that. Okay. And then the centre one is going to fold inwards. Just like that. So that's going to be that half there. Okay. So we've got a mountain, and then the centre one is going to be a valley. So you should have two pieces that look like that. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to get some post-it note tape. And I just get this online. And you're going to take this piece and fold the triangle underneath, or the point, and do the same here, point. And the point is we want to get these two pieces to match together. So you can do it whichever way you want. I'm going to do it this way actually. And you're going to point, just make sure everything is nicely squared off. And this is the back, so don't worry, it's not going to show. Make sure those are lined up. I'm just going to use some post-it note tape to hold these two pieces together. Don't worry, it's not going to be permanent. Okay. So can you see our car starting to take shape here? Hopefully you can. So now we need to make our diamonds or our squares. So I'm going to bring in my pieces. I've done the two already. Now I'm not going to give you all the measurements just now. All the measurements will be on the blog post on my website, and you can find the link to that in the description box below, so don't worry about that. If I remember rightly, the bigger one is 6.8 square, the white is 6.3 square, and then the pattern paper 5.8, and this is the Toadstool Gardens design series paper that I was talking about earlier. And I love how bright and vibrant and happy these patterns are. So there we've got 3 of them. So this is going to fit right across our centre diagonal. So I'm going to bring this in here. It's going to fit right across our centre here and hold our 2 pieces of cardstock together like that. So I'm going to put some glue on the back here, and I prefer to use a wet glue like Tombow because it has a bit of wriggle room, so I can, as you can see, wriggle it around to get things lined up as I so wish. Just like that. Give that a really good press down. And give it a good press from underneath as well. Now I can remove this post-it note tape, so we don't need any more to hold those 2 pieces together. Whoops. Okay. So that's what we've got so far. Now we're going to do the same for our corners here. So you're going to see this is going to fit into this corner here, and the same for the other side. So we're going to put some glue just on this pointy bit here, and then you're just going to line up your points. That. And do the same again here. You're just going to line up your points. Oopsie daisy. And if there is any mismatch, it really doesn't show because it's all the same colour. Okay, so there you can see the start of our card coming together really nicely. Okay, so it's going to fold over and finish off like this. So I'm going to give everything a really good burnish. To make sure it stands up, and it does. So let's put the rest of our pattern paper down. I have here some pieces of white that I've then matted some pieces of pattern paper onto, just to save time. I've done it already off camera. And then we're going to put these in these areas here. So let's fold that over here. And in the colours that I used for my cardstock and for my stamping, I used the colours here, as you can see, in the pattern paper, in the designer series paper. So garden green, melon mambo. There's also here some pumpkin pie, fresh freesia you can use. It's up to you. So let's put this one down. Make sure you put everything in the right orientation if your paper has orientation. For the diagonals, I avoided any paper with orientation for the diamonds because otherwise it just wouldn't look right. You would never get the orientation right. So there you can see. Now I know that when I fold this up, it's going to fold up like that. So I want to have paper personally on these two pieces here. So I'm going to turn it over, make sure I've got it the right way around. There's just these two outer rectangles that I'm going to put some paper on. So there we have it there. And here we're going to put this last one down here. Isn't that cute? Doesn't that look just so cute? Okay, so now we're ready to do our decoration. So let's set that aside, bring in that stamping we did, and let's cut this out. And I'm just going to cut this out freehand, well, with my trimmer, but I'm not going to measure. You do this enough times and you can just do it by eye, and it comes out not too bad. I prefer it than trying to measure. It just works easier for me. I'll take a little bit more off the top there. Yep, that's fine. And then we're just going to cut out this hello as well. I'm going to cut quite close to it. Scrap. I just need to get a bit of there we go, there's that. Okay, so now I'm going to mat this on a little bit of Granny Apple Green, so I'm just going to get some scrap. I forgot to get some out, so here we go. And this is how I store my scraps. Because I'm a demonstrator, every colour in the family I've got one of these wallets for, and I store all my scraps in here. You never know when a piece will come in useful. So I'm going to stick this down. Try and look for the straighter edge. I think that's here. And then do the same for the hello. Okay. Can put that scrap away for another time. And then I'm just going to get my scissors, and I find if you use a scissors with a longer blade, this is easier. So the bigger the scissors, within reason, it's much easier to cut straight. I have to say it still doesn't work when I'm cutting wrapping paper. I think that's mainly because the wrapping paper sometimes is not the best quality. There we go. So those are those pieces. I am going to do, I think as well, some little bit more punching. And I'm going to bring in, this I didn't do before, but I think I'll do it this time, my bow punch. And I'm just going to punch out some of these pieces. Just going to punch. And just try and use the rest of this piece here. Okay. I love punches because you get, it's so quick and easy. So let's bring this back here. And let's see if it looks how original. Now, did I pop this up? I did. So I'm going to get some dimensionals. I'm just going to pop the sentiment up. I think I'll pop this one up as well. Okay, so let's do this one first. The backings are fighting me today. I don't blame them. It is an extremely grey and gloomy day where I am in Lincoln. So I don't blame it for not wanting to work. But a nice card like this is so bright and happy, it brings joy even on the greyest of days. Or so I feel anyway. So let's put these together. That's our one toadstool. And that's the other one. And then to help it pop from the background, let's have a look and see. I think I'm going to put down a little bit of this as well, so just a tiny amount of blue, you don't want a lot. And let's put this down here. Let's tuck this one in a bit. Okay. Sticking to me. That'll do. And then we're going to do the same on this side. Just going to put a bit of glue here. Before it dries, I'm going to just add some foliage as well. And then glue is not wanting to play ball today, I can tell you that. Some days it's happy. I think with all things, I think it gets affected by the temperatures and the humidity in the house. So Gonna leave it at that for now, because I've got enough glue everywhere. And then I'm just going to add my sentiment to this one here. That says hello. Okay, and then finishing touches, I'm going to use a rhinestone. And I'm just going to take, I've got some scraps here that from kits. So I'm going to use these up, where I've cut pieces off from our main packs to give in my kits, because I do an online card club, and this is one of the cards actually we did in online card club, and I include everything you need to make the card, so you get everything here to make the card, barring the stamped images. You will get the punched images though. So I'm just using up bits from my kits where I've had extras. Okay, so there we have it. There is the one we just made together. You can see how it stands up. There's the one we made before. So I hope you enjoyed that card tutorial in how to make this pop-up gatefold card featuring the Terrific Toadstools stamp set and Toadstool Garden paper from Stampin' Up. If you wanted more information on the project, as I said, it's all linked below. So if you enjoyed the project, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.